Sporting Lisbon midfielder Morten Hjulmand reportedly has a transfer agreement in place ahead of the summer window. The Denmark international has been heavily linked with a move to the likes of Arsenal and Manchester United ahead of 2026-27. That is a result of the impact that he has had during his 3 years at Sporting, helping the club to Portuguese titles. A total of 10 goals and 12 assists have come from 140 appearances. The Denmark international now at a stage where he has 2 years left on his contract. Amid ongoing speculation regarding his future, Hjulmand suggests that developments are expected in due course. The report alleges that the 26-year-old made an agreement with Sporting earlier this year that he would be allowed to leave Estadio José Alvalade at the end of the season. That was a consequence of Sporting chiefs preventing Hjulmand from taking any opportunities that materialized during the winter market. Sporting wanted Hjulmand to help their bid to retain the Primeira Liga title, only to end up finishing in second place to Porto in the Portuguese top-flight table. Although a place in the Champions League has been secured, that is seemingly unlikely to stop Hjulmand from taking on a new challenge. Hjulmand is said to have an official release clause of €80 million, £69.78 million. However, with 2 years left on his contract, it would be unrealistic for Sporting to expect that buyout option to be activated. There is allegedly an understanding that proposals worth €40 million, £34.89 million, may be accepted by Sporting chiefs. Arsenal, Man United, and also Manchester City may be prepared to make such a bid, particularly the latter to clubs who are in need of midfield reinforcements. Arsenal are reportedly keen to sign Morten Hjulmand from Sporting Club this summer, and have been working on a potential deal in recent weeks, although they face competition from several clubs for his signature. The Danish midfielder has been on Arsenal's radar since his time at Lecce, but Sporting moved decisively to secure his services before the Gunners could complete a move. Since arriving in Portugal, Hjulmand has continued to establish himself as both a strong leader and an impressive midfield talent, which explains why Sporting Club are reluctant to sanction his departure. Despite Sporting's desire to keep him, this summer could present the best opportunity for the midfielder to move on, with interest growing from across Europe. Juventus are among the clubs monitoring his situation, while in the Premier League, Arsenal face competition from Manchester United in the race to secure his signature. However, Arsenal are currently believed to be leading the pursuit as they continue their efforts to strengthen Mikel Arteta's squad ahead of next season. According to Hjulmand, the Gunners are presently in pole position to sign the midfielder, and a move to the Emirates could materialise if he decides to leave Sporting during the summer transfer window. Arsenal view Hjulmand as an ideal addition to their midfield because of his leadership qualities, tactical discipline, and technical ability. The club are expected to intensify their interest once there is greater clarity regarding his future at Sporting, with Arsenal aiming to remain competitive at the highest level both domestically and in Europe. Strengthening midfield depth is expected to remain a priority during the transfer window. Hjulmand's performances in Portugal have enhanced his reputation significantly, and his consistency has attracted attention from some of Europe's biggest clubs. While Manchester United and Juventus remain interested, Arsenal's long-standing admiration for the midfielder could give them an advantage in negotiations if Sporting eventually decides to allow him to leave. Arsenal have once again made contact for Sporting CP star Morten Hjulmand, according to a report, but the Gunners have been warned he is more likely to join Manchester United or Liverpool this summer. Hjulmand, Sporting's captain, has made 43 appearances for the Portuguese Giants this season, chipping in with 2 goals and 6 assists. The midfielder has established himself as one of the Primeira Liga's best players, as he is a tenacious and fiery number 6 who excels in duels. Indeed, he regularly features in the 95th percentile for tackles won by midfielders across Europe. Hjulmand picked up interest last summer, but agreed to stay at Sporting for one more season before securing a major transfer in 2026. Court of Side claimer Flo asked about Hjulmand after beating Sporting in the Champions League quarter-finals. Mikel Arteta's side are also interested in his Sporting teammates Ivan Fresneda and Ousmane Mondi, the report adds. Hjulmand's deal includes an €80 million, £70 million exit clause, but Sporting are willing to sanction his exit for €60 million, £52 million this summer. A source is quoted as saying, Arsenal were in touch recently. TD are also asking to be kept informed. Sporting have given clubs the signal. He has an €80 million release clause, but start negotiations at around €60 million and there's a chance he can go. This is their model, and has been for a long time. They know this is a chance to make significant profit on the player, and he'll be keen to make the step up to a higher level as well. However, the same source revealed in April that TD and Liverpool are the two Premier League clubs leading the race for Hjulmand. This means Arsenal know exactly who they need to beat to snare the Denmark international. Hjulmand could replace Norgard at Arsenal. The Gunners will likely have identified Hjulmand as a replacement for Christian Norgard. The latter only arrived at the Emirates last summer, but is expected to make a swift exit when the transfer window opens. The 26-year-old's future is seemingly tied to that of Nottingham Forest maestro Elliot Anderson. For example, if City miss out on Anderson to United, which would be a surprise at this stage, then Pep Guardiola's side would enter talks for Hjulmand. For United, Hjulmand is seen as a second, cheaper midfield capture after they make a statement signing first. The Red Devils are keen on Brighton's Carlos Baleba, while they are also gauging whether Real Madrid might be willing to sell Aurelien Tchouameni or Federico Valverde.